Let's get this started. 3 lights, 4, 5 lights. And away we go!
Good start from Jack Coffey.
Mia with a good second phase though. Ileana already up through, easily.
Good start from Alex. He's through to the fourth.
Jack and Mia battling as they go
Jack's gonna have the...
into hotel. Ooh, Mia just reigns ahead. As they go down the Mistral Straight for the first time. Alex with a good slipstream on Ileana, however the Panus has very good straight line speed.
It's gonna have to be very late on the brakes.
Ooh, no contact as they go into the North Chicane. Mia and Lewis battling. That's now a really tight train. Surely something's got to happen as they head down the Mistral Straight.
Alex is going to be really under pressure from the Alfa Romeos behind. He's not got a good exit.
They're going one either side of him. They're going to go 3 wide into the chicane. Mia goes through! Alp goes through as well. Oh! Mia hits Alp! Greg also gets through on Alex. As Alp does get going in last. Let's see a replay. Long run into the Mistral Straight. Gets even better slipstream off Alex than Alp did.
She has no idea where Alp's going to be in the braking zone at this point.
So you see Alp. I don't know.
Clear half car length advantage he had over the front of Mia's car after at this point.
I don't know. I feel like with everyone this bunched together, you've got to expect something happening. Even if it's Alex coming back. Like, I think it's just going to have to be a racing incident. Michael's dropping, actually. Does Michael have an issue? Yes.
Yes.
Michael is going to be the first to retire here. Greg gets past Mia. Mia seems to be off. Yes, Mia's off.
That looks like at turn 1. Was there contact between Mia and Greg?
Esther Lavar. Oh, yes, there was contact with Greg.
It seems completely...
From this. Right. Why does it...
At this point, both of them can still avoid the contact.
Yeah. Doesn't look like Greg is turning that much, does it?
No. There wasn't really any effort from either of them to avoid that collision.
I'd definitely say it's more on Greg.
Is losing out.
I think there was contact between Ileana and Greg there. Indeed. Oh, yes.
Oh, and Ileana goes straight across. Well,
no,
not
she
quite
doesn't.
Straight across.
She avoids doing that nicely, actually. That's going to be 5-second penalty for Greg. After the contact with Mia earlier in the lap. Yeah.
I think Ileana moved in the braking zone.
No, I think Greg moved across, actually.
Well, you're allowed to as the car behind. But the car in front, once you commit to the braking zone, can't move in front of
Ileana was just going for the corner.
Like,
Ileana was on the was on the line for the corner.
With Dan.
Oh, that's quite cynical.
That's near like for like as what happened between Greg and Mia.
That's slightly worse, actually.
So Dan commits to the braking zone, is a bit further behind, to be honest.
But Dan is fully braking though.
Mia Hart out potentially.
No. Mia Hart just making a mistake. Locks the rear right. Holds it very nicely, actually.
Yeah. Her teammate will go through.
But yeah, she does get going again. Really didn't. Let's check. Electrical problem for Alex.
Yet another technical failure for the Think Again team then. Can Alex
dangerous
get
with the closing speed of the Panus.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Can Alex get that
nicely navigated through Senior there. Let's see. Obviously, Alex will actually pit this lap. Oh! Dan tried to take the inside line there, and it did not pay off as L goes past now. Dan comes back down to 8. It's just... Oh,
L locking it up though!
Lewis has moved up into 3rd. Dan, looking for moving to force a mistake into hotel, maybe?
We've seen this so many times before. L is the last car you want to be stuck behind.
I'd rather be stuck. I'd almost rather be stuck behind Elle than in front of them.
Fair. I mean, if you're in front of them at the start of a straight, you're not going to be in front of them by the end.
No, but they may have gone through you.
Well, let's see what Dan can do in the braking zone for the chicane.
Keeping up pace nicely, actually. Oh! Chris and Jack Gray!
So this is Jack Gray trying to make the overtake. Jack taking a very tight line.
Oh, that's on Chris.
Like, they're fully both at fault. But if Chris hadn't crashed into him earlier, then it would have happened later anyway.
I suppose that's a racing incident then. That once again promotes Dan.
That mistake, Mia Hart is now closed right back up on her teammate.
Yeah. Wonder if there's a fuel difference.
I think Mia Hart probably has lighter fuel than her teammate, given the way that she pulled away early on.
Could be going for it here. They're battling into Hotel.
Side by side, they avoid contact.
Elise gets through Dan. How did that happen?
Elise Motors. Completely unnoticed. She's had an incredible opening few laps there.
Dan just got distracted by Elle, I think. And Elise goes through up into 6th position.
Yeah.
Dan goes straight back through, pretty much.
Can Elise go around the outside? No.
Dan has so much more grip.
They need really good traction up here to have any chance of pulling alongside that banana.
That is really good traction.
They're a lot closer.
Oh, I wouldn't have pulled out that early. Moves to the inside? No, stays behind.
It seems like the engine of that Panus, as Elle runs a bit wide, as that's compromised Dan's exit off the
given Elise another chance.
In the background, Alba and the Salwen are going side by side into the chicane. It might not. So Ileana in at 1/4 distance.
Need to get past these two again. Oh, it's Debs! Oh, Debs makes contact with Georgia. Debs loses out.
Somehow
Elise gets past Elle.
Keeps it on the track.
Elise and Elle battling. Elise through.
How has she done that? Elise in the Skev Motors now up to 4th position after overtaking a Panus.
Just had much better drive out of the corner.
Now, can Elle get that place back down the Mistral Straight? Because Elise is going to have a great next few corners.
Thing is, as Chris pits, will Elle waste time defending against Dan? Look at the gap that Elise has already pulled.
Might be enough, but that Panus is powerful.
The Skev Motors is also powerful, and Dan is catching. Alex and Jack Gray battling for 18th, and this is for position. So this is
Elle making a mistake?
They're going into Bendor here.
Looks like they're a bit wide on the entry.
Dan just has so much more drive. As Elise pits, that could explain, as does Mia, that could explain Elise's pace.
It's not too surprising to see her in early, but that's still an incredible opening stint.
As Greg, trying to challenge Elle down the Mistral Straight. That is not working.
Elle again wide through there.
And Greg does go through at the same place Dan did? Yes, except later down Galabar.
This is working for them.
Alex is up into 10th. Hasn't pitted. Debs also pits.
And Alex Witcher
just drives past Alex Witcher.
Oh yeah. Didn't even need to think about that one. So, potentially longer than expected first stint. Like, she is in a very strong place to win this race. It'll be interesting to see how much further Jack can go.
Quick stop.
Short middle stint.
Lewis is blowing
Lewis
up!
out!
Doesn't pit. Lewis will not finish this race.
No surprise that Dan in 4th is continuing to stay out. I'll be surprised if they pit before lap 14.
Oh, Oh, Greg has to wait. 4L.
That cost him a few seconds.
The yellow flag, I believe, is for Lewis.
L finally in.
Yes.
I think they'll be well behind their teammate. Their teammate already gone through. I think staying out those extra few laps has cost L quite a few places.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were behind to begin with. Jack Coffey's blowing up as well!
Jack Gray.
Georgia defending well against Jack Gray here, as Jack
Looks
Coffey
like
has broken down fully now.
Mia Hart resumes the lead. Dan will move into second place.
That is actually quite a safe place to pull off at the inside of the chicane. Got pretty decent power.
These two are racing for position. Neither of them have stopped yet.
Neither have Bronwyn or Ben Scott Evans, who are in 7th and 8th, ahead of Elise. These two are 40 seconds off of Mia. There's the move that we've seen so many times through Ben Dorr. I was locking up there a bit. Locking up quite a lot. Actually, that's allowed Elise to get back through. Greg is shaking down Ben.
Very good pace there. Elise has made her pit stop, whereas some of the cars ahead haven't. It does it again.
That's going to be the 5-second penalty for Greg.
Probably in the middle sector.
We'll do here, obviously.
Yeah. Everyone drops back.
Oh no,
not in the middle sector! Ileana loses it in the middle of the chicane.
We've seen that before.
Mia.
Debs has broken down.
Out.
That is a shame.
Definitely. She was running a very strong race there. So that's exactly one lap short of mid-race.
Yeah.
But
Georgia
presumably
doesn't.
he will feel to the end now.
Neither has Dan.
This is a long opening stint for Georgia.
Bronwyn is also pitting, I believe. Ollie's out.
Ollie was running in the points, wasn't he? Or in a position to potentially be later.
Yes. Slowly, Greg finally gets past Georgia down the Mistral Straight. Confirmation of an engine failure for Ollie. Well, Georgia has Mia close behind now. We expect a flow of pit stops in a couple of laps as well, for when the two stoppers are making their second stops. Georgia does come in. The end of lap 16.
On the front right, but hasn't
no, that was
much.
an incredible stop.
Yeah.
Is Georgia coming out in the points?
Looks like not quite, but
no, just behind the Panusses.
That's
in between
exactly
even.
Where...
Oh.
That's unfortunate for her, actually.
Elle, in the points, in position to see the checkered flag for the first time in their career.
Gone.
Oh no.
Oh no!
No! It's a puncture!
That is so sad to see.
It's a puncture.
How has that happened? Were the tyres already, was there an issue with the tyre when they put it on? Because they've only just put those tyres on.
Dan had a 10.5 second stop.
That's slow.
Yeah. George is out. That is...
Is it that front right that they were hesitant about putting on?
Yeah. Oh, and there's...
That's Jack Coffey!
Yeah. Who's finally being pushed away?
I think they've realised that they need to actually get that car off the track rather than just leaving it there.
There's also a Ripper there as well. I mean, Mia obviously has a full pit stop lead to Alex, who is now pitting.
Not only does she have that lead, she's pitting later than all of them. She's extended that gap with more fuel.
I mean, this is Alex's one stop load, if you know what I mean.
Fair.
Where will Alex come out compared to Dan and Greg?
That's going to be close. Alex was closing that gap down. I think he'll be a little bit behind. But his pace has been really strong in the last 10 laps.
Greg doesn't pit. And
of course Dan had that slow stop.
They are through.
And that gap is a lot less than it was before.
So Mia Hart finally pits. Yeah, Mia is back out in 7th. So as long as this pit stop goes smoothly.
If their pit stop is slower than about 40 seconds, then they might be in trouble. That'll do.
Clean. Ileana's out! That looks like a crash!
Yeah, they've lost a wheel.
Oh no. Technical.
Yeah, just gone straight on. Suspension issue.
I think so, yeah. We'll wait for confirmation.
Well, if the suspension didn't have an issue before, it definitely does now.
Alex and Dan battling into scene.
Dan having so much confidence in Alex that Alex wouldn't just take them out.
They've had a lot of battles together.
To pit.
There we go, Greg does pit.
And they haven't lost time being stuck behind Greg as he pits this time.
Can Alex capitalise on this? Doesn't seem like it. This is going to be the battle to watch, the battle for second.
Absolutely. The Mistral Straight is going to be Alex's big opportunity, though he might want to go for it earlier, apparently.
Going for it into hotel? No. They head, as Dan and Alex head down the Mistral Straight. Alex looks to be nosing ahead, perhaps? Yes! Alex is through up into second.
Alex was just much better on the brakes and...
I don't think Dan would mind this too much.
It's the gap to Greg that really matters, both in points and in time. If Greg can close that gap with those fresh tyres, and that's not out of the question, then Dan is going to have to really be defending that place hard in the closing laps. But there is a 25-second gap.
Seconds.
So
I don't think that's being made up.
Problem. Whereas Alex just that quick.
Mia goes past Alp as well. That was a slow stop from Alp, 8.6. We'll definitely stay ahead of Alba though. L!
As L's out! In a row. L fails to see the checkered flag.
Can they not roll back onto the track, please?
They have. They were very close to seeing the checkered flag on that.
Mia Heard lapping Ben Scott Evans again into turn 1. Lovely clean.
Ben Scott Evans, 1 place out the points for Ben Scott Evans. He's been there before.
Advantage, right?
Greg has a 6-point advantage over that.
As Mia does go past Jack Gray.
Is Alp against Jack Gray. Those two now just 2 seconds apart for 6th place.
Indeed. Let's see how much time can be gained down the Mistral Straight. The Alfa Romeo not known for being the best down there. Of course, all of Jack Gray's championship rivals would want this move to happen. Alp looking for a move. Into the S's. Goes through. Does Jack have an
Gray,
issue?
you're braking very early.
Jack has a water leak.
With 2 whole laps to go, that's going to be very difficult to get back onto the flag.
Mia's starting on the final lap. This could be a blessing.
Just 1 lap away from a 2nd Grand Prix win. Pentagon's first of the season.
Jack might not drop out of the points. There is the steam that we were expecting to see.
Steering to the other stuff.
Hydraulics.
It's all hydraulics. So the whole car will seize up if you run out of water. And
indeed, it sounds like it has. The engine appears to have stopped. Jack Gray pulls off.
And this, I think, will be the end of their chances of winning the championship. They will be more than 20 points behind Greg and out of contention.
That is a shame. Virage Dupont for the final time. Mia Hart comes through in dominant fashion, having lapped everyone but the top 6. And wins the French Grand Prix. Bronwen 9th for Selwyn. Ben Scott Evans secures the 2nd double points finish in a row as Alex comes home in 2nd position for his 2nd podium of the year.
That'll keep his championship chances alive.
Dan will be very happy to see the checkered flag coming through in 3rd position, maintaining Frozen Light's lead in the Constructors' Championship. Alex Woodger finishes down in 11th. Greg maintains the championship lead in 4th. As we see Mia Hart for the one final time for this race. Thank you everyone for watching the French Grand Prix. We will see you in the season finale.